Hi everybody, how are you? Welcome back to Timmy Bridge Studios. Woohoo! I know, I'm silly. I want to teach you how to draw Mickey Mouse in Love. It's a really cute drawing, and it won't take that long. So as you see, I got a big pad, but I put up two white pieces of paper. It seems when I draw on the newsprint for the camera, it doesn't pick it up. So I went to white. I taped two pieces on. Now the reason I have two pieces is I can show you some things, the original drawing here, and anything I want to describe, I'll draw on the other sheet just so there's no confusion. Alright, so Mickey Mouse in Love. Now before I go any further, if you ever get a chance to go down to the Animation Academy in Disney World, there are so many talented people down there that are friends of mine, and they've all taught me things that I'll never forget, and you know, every single one of them has a different little unique style, but yet all their lines are gorgeous. And so maybe one day you can go down and work down there and be an animation artist too, an Academy artist. The actual animators for Disney that are out in California are just scary. They're scary what they draw. Alright, so Mickey Mouse in Love. Alright, let's see. So most characters, I can't say all because some don't, but most characters, we just start with a circle. So really light, and that is the key. You have to draw light. So we'll just very lightly draw a circle. Okay, I know you can't see that, but... And then we draw a guideline right down the middle, and a guideline across the middle. Okay? So now we have that. Alright? Very light. Now, I'm going to start in this... Oh. Mickey Mouse's ears seem to be the biggest problem people have. So what I like to do is I draw a diagonal line from the center out, creating what looks like sort of a peace symbol. What that does is it helps you perfectly space your ears. So where the one line from the peace symbol, the one diagonal line, meets the circle, swing like a smile. Right there. Swing like a smile. And then just, if you can see this, let me see if you can see this. Slingshot around that smile and try to make the best ear you can. And I'm drawing on my one knee on a stool in my kitchen. I'm doing the best I can here, but that's how you would put one ear on. And then the same thing in the other. You start with, you just swing like a smile, build up some momentum, and just constantly change the shape of that ear till you have what you like. If you ever see Isaac Kropp draw, he pretty much just nails it on each try. Like, he's just amazing. I watch him draw, I just want to cry my eyes out. Alright. Not because I'm sad, because it's just so beautiful. Alright. Now, we have basically the basic shape of Mickey Mouse. And in the center, where all the lines meet, say we'll use this other page. See, we have, I can do this dark. We have our, this is what we're doing here. Real quick, I'm just showing you. See, on that piece of paper, I can show you we have that. Well, right here in the middle where the lines meet, it gives you the center of the circle. We're close enough. I'm going to make the bridge of Mickey's nose. Right there. Underneath that, very round and plump and oval, is Mickey's nose, like that. Now, he's in love. So, we're going to, usually his smiles perfectly, but we're going to cock it a little bit. We're going to make it a little askew. Tilt it a little bit because he's in love, and that changes all of his features. So I'm going to go ahead and, so see how it's not very even? One side's a little higher than the other. And then very lightly I'm going to swing out this hammock shape like that. See? Not perfectly down the center, just like that. And I did it light so I can have his tongue hanging out. Because remember, he's in love, he's like, ugh. Alright, so here we go. His tongue hanging out like that. I'm going to darken the lines I want to keep so it stands out a little better, like that. Now his eyes, normally they're these big, tall, like surfboard shapes or ovals, but we're going to just put one line and then another line, but they're bent lines. You may not register on the camera, but those lines aren't perfectly straight, they're bent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch them at the top and make like a candle flame coming down on both of them. So he's got that like helpless, oh my goodness, look to his eyes, like that. See how they're candle flames? Then we're going to droop his eyelids, one lower than the other, with a little definition line to give some thickness to his eyelids. And then his actual pupils, one's going to be under this one, and one's going to be under that one. And I'm going to shade them in so they stand out. And while I'm shading, I'm going to shade in his nose and the inside of his mouth, not his tongue. People shade in his tongue, it drives me crazy. But like that. Okay? Now normally he's got that like M shape for his mask over his eyes, but because the shape of his eyes have changed, well, the shape of his mask will change a little bit too. So it's basically the same shape. Make the M a little smaller just to encapsulate or surround the top of his eyes like that. Right? Sorry about that. And then come out of the circle and double that line. So it's kind of like eyebrows. They're not really eyebrows. I don't know how to describe it. It's the top of his head. It's kind of being pushed off of his forehead because his eyes are all dreamy. Alright. Above his dimples, these are his dimples. Here's one for the top of his mouth and here's the other one. We're gonna build the shape of his, just put a little curved line above each one. Like that and that. Okay? Now, we didn't give him a chin, and that's very important. So underneath and behind the tongue and around the bottom of his mouth, you see, I don't know if you can see that, so we'll bring it really close. See the little chin lines I put in right underneath his, it's hard to see, there you go. Alright, so then we're going to swing the cheek down behind his chin, and this one's going to be longer, like that. It sort of distorts his face, but really shows that emotion. Like that. Now, we're going to come down and just go over to here with a bent line here and a bent line here. And look. See? I just connected that original M shape with a curved line to meet the top of his cheek on either side. Then I just darken around his head, which is my original circle that I started this whole thing with. It all started with a mouse. And I can darken the shapes of his ears. So if you just give me a second to apply some pressure and make things a little darker here. That's our Mickey Mouse in love. Oh my goodness. Alright, so what I like to do is add some hearts around the drawing. And some like little dizzy lines. Maybe a little confetti here and there. Some action lines or movement lines. Just to bring the drawing out a little bit. And there you go. He's so in love. Now, the video's up to 7 minutes and I only get 10, so quickly, very loosely, I'm sliding my pencil across the shapes that have to be shaded in. But I'm going to make sure that I shade everything in the same direction. For me, it's a diagonal upwards, left to right motion. You could do left to right, you can do up and down, but do the same direction through the whole drawing. If you're right-handed, you'll see that this motion is actually very simple, and that's why most right-handed artists do it that way. Charlotte is a left-handed artist, and amazing. And there you have it. The only thing left to do now, maybe a little drop coming off of his tongue, and sign my work. T-I-M-B-R-I-T-T, cross my T's and dot my I's with 1-1, because it's 2011. And there you have Mickey Mouse in Love. Hope that wasn't too confusing for you. And maybe if you have somebody that you love, like I'm going to pick 3 stars. I'm so in love with somebody, it's disgusting. I know how Mickey feels. Alright, bye everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you learned something. Even by accident if you learned something. That's a good session. Alright, thanks a lot guys. Bye-bye.